Welcome to Men of Order. I'm so glad you're here tonight. And let me say it plain right up front. This is going to be a strong session tonight. A lot of men need this one. Me too, guys. I'm doing tonight's show for myself. A lot of men need this one because this problem looks small from the outside, but it can mess up a whole life. And why is that? See, you could be a good man, a serious man, a man that people can count on, and still be late for everything. Late leaving, late showing up, late following through, late. And after a while, that starts doing something to a man, y'all. Because now he's always rushing, always feeling like he's running behind in his own life. That wears a man down because he's not just losing minutes, he's losing peace. He's losing trust. He's losing steadiness. And the bad part is a lot of men start explaining this away. They say, this is just a busy season I got right now. I got a lot going on. This is just how my life is set up. No. A lot of time, what's really going on is simpler than that. Your day has no space in it, no room between things, no clear order. Too many yeses. So one little delay turns into a rush morning. A rush morning turns into a late afternoon. And now the whole day feels like ketchup. That is not a small problem. Because when a man lives rushed, everybody around him feels it. So tonight, we're going to deal with that head on. I'm going to show you why this keeps happening. I'm going to show you what it's costing you. And I'm going to give you a clear way to run your week so you stop living 10 minutes behind your own life. And later in the show, we're going to lock in and go live with some brothers tonight, helping them plan their next move in real time. So lock in and stay with me because tonight is for the man who is always tired of rushing, always apologizing, and always feeling behind. Are y'all ready?
Are you ready?
Yes, you are. Here's tonight's problem in one sentence. I'm late on everything. You are late on everything, guys. Can we get that on the screen? I need y'all to see this. I'm late on everything. Guys, I want you to know tonight's show is talking to me, y'all. Every time I give y'all one of these Men of Order sessions, I got to follow this too. Because I can't teach y'all something if I'm not doing it myself. I live it. So guys, we're going to talk about being late tonight. We're going to be real about this. And let me describe what that looks like in real life. You say you're about to leave, but you're not dressed yet. You know how we do. We tell people, yeah, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. You ain't left yet. You haven't gotten dressed yet, but you say, oh, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. 5 minutes really means 50 minutes. You think you've got time to work on one more thing. Now you're rushing. You leave one place late, and now the next thing starts late too. You walk in already explaining yourself, already tense, already trying to recover. And while you're doing it, here's what you're thinking. I can still make it. It'll only take me a minute. I'm not that far behind. I'll make up the time. But here's what it costs you. You keep showing up flustered. People hear your words, but they stop trusting your timing. And you start feeling like your whole life is one long catch-up game. And if nothing changes, tomorrow looks the same. Next week looks the same as today. And you stay stuck in a loop of rush, making excuses and apologies. So here's my promise for you tonight. By the end of this session, you're going to leave with three things. First, you're going to see why you keep running late. Second, you're going to see what this is really costing you. Third, you're going to get a simple way to run your week so you stop living behind. If this is already speaking to you, smash that like button. That helps this broadcast reach another man who keeps living rushed and doesn't know how to fix it. Let me give a shout out to all of y'all that are in the comments. I see you on, my brother Rick. It says, it says the beast will wear down the saints of the Most High, but my inner beast does a good enough job. He said, if this ain't my video, see, that's the first comment. I'm like, where are you at? Where was he talking about? But I get you now. Shout out to Talk That Truth Radio. He's saying that this is one thing that really wears him down. Shout out to all of y'all that are in the comments. Mrs. Israel says, this session is talking to me today. Guys, if this is talking to you, smash that like button and share this, because that's going to help this message reach a lot of people that need to hear it. And remember, y'all, tonight, the highest super chat becomes the official sponsor of tonight's session. This is where your name gets honored live as the one who helped put this message in front of the brothers tonight. So if you want to support Men of Order and take that sponsor spot, send your super chat. Now let's get into the order process. Tonight, the outcome is one thing: a man with margin. Margin means you stop living right up against the clock. A man with no margin lives rushed. But see, tonight, you're going to become a man who knows what happens next. A man who stops promising time that he doesn't have. A man who gets where he needs to be without the rush, the excuse, and the apology. That's the outcome. Not perfection, guys, because Lord knows I'll show up late. My life be busy. So this is not about you having the perfect life, but this is about you having a cleaner week. This is so you can move at a calmer pace. This is so you can ultimately become a man who people can trust when he says, I'll be there. If that's the kind of week you need, type week right now in the comments. Now let's figure out what's really going on. The main root of the problem is simple. You're trying to move from thing to thing with no room to breathe, no room to reset, and no room for real life to happen. And that root usually shows up in three short ways. The first way, no buffer. You stack things too tight. You tell yourself one thing ends at 2 o'clock and the next thing can start at 2 o'clock. You act like driving takes no time. Like walking out the door takes no time. Like wrapping something up takes no time. All the while, you're thinking, I don't need extra time. I'll be quick. I can make it. But here's what it costs you. One small delay hits, and now the next thing starts late. Your body gets tense. Your words get short. And everybody after that gets the rushed version of you. Is this the story of my life? I'm trying to show you guys tonight very important principles that I've learned that I'm giving to you as someone who's chronically late. And if nothing changes to your mindset, what happens? You keep building days that break on contact with real life. You keep building the perfect day. Guys, I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. Men of Order is about me going through my own experiences to find out what has helped me get to the next level. As I've gone through these problems, I've written them down and given them to you. This comes with so many years of experience. The problem is you build the perfect day. You build a day that looks great on paper, but it falls apart the minute that you try it out in real life. If this is you, type me in the chat. And here's the second thing, guys. Bad order. You do little things before first things. You start getting ready, then check your phone. You head to the door, then remember that you still need to grab something. You start one last task. You do one more thing when you should already be moving on. You move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. And here's what you're thinking. I still got a minute. I can do this first. I'll leave right after this. Here's what it costs you. You know that it costs. The minutes leak fast. You're losing time. Your mind gets split trying to work on last minute things. You start forgetting simple things. Now your exit gets sloppy. And if nothing changes, you keep losing time in the same places. Not because your life is too full, but because your order is wrong. That's the second part of the problem, guys. What's the third part? Too many yeses. You keep saying yes to times, tasks, stops, calls, favors, and plans that do not fit. You agree too fast. You promise too much. You pack the day tighter than your real life can handle. But here's the problem. What you're thinking is, I should be able to do it. I don't want to let people down. That's why I take on more. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. What does that cost you? Now, every part of your day is jam-packed. It's crowded. Now, there's no recovery room, no reset. So even if you try hard with your day to get ahead, you'll still feel behind. And if nothing changes, you keep breaking your word with good intentions. You keep living in rush. And the people around you keep paying for your extra yeses. Now, let me put the mirror in your face, guys. I want to get up close and personal. Which one gets you the most? Is it you have no buffer? You leave no space between one thing and the next? Is it bad order? You keep doing little things before the first thing that actually matters? Is it too many yeses? You keep agreeing to more than what your day can really handle. That's a big one. Or is it phone drift? Your phone keeps stealing minutes away from you when you should be focusing. Guys, I want y'all to put in your vote. We got the poll running. I'm going to give y'all a second to vote, y'all. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to give a shout out to our first sponsor of the night. Shout out to Sir Yasharala coming through with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you, Sir Yasharala. Thank you for supporting the work. You said, Shalom, Chief Elder. I'm always here. Let's hit the like button, family. Y'all got to put respect on Sir Yasharala's name. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Is my brother in the house? Is my brother in the house? Shout out to the beast in the building. The beast is in the building, y'all. I see you, my brother. You already in the comments section getting busy, man. You asking to find my book on Amazon. Welcome, comrade. Good to see you on, as always. In case y'all haven't done so yet, make sure y'all go to my brother's channel. Awesome. I'm looking forward to collaborating with this brother soon, Lord willing. Between me and this brother, man, best of both worlds. We're going to put together something real good for y'all. Make sure you go to his channel, The Awesome and Gizmo Show. Single father, doing one hell of a job leading his family. This is a man that is striving to add more order into his life. He said, peace to the chat, beast. Hey, listen, man, I'm going to need some of y'all to get on camera tonight. Some of y'all have been ducking this camera. I need y'all on camera tonight. Rick, we were supposed to be on camera last time, man. I hope you're here for the cam up session. Beast, you know, when it's me and you, it's always a pleasure, brother. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you, comrade. Also, when it comes to Sir Yasharala, if all else fails, I know that Sir Yasharala got my back. We're going to get into this camera. I might put the link in the chat already while I'm talking about it. Man, should I put the link in the chat right now just to make sure that these guys get on camera? Should we do that?
Time to cam step in, it's time to cam up. Keep it for 20 cents, step in. Put to the light, we going live. Yeah, it's your moment tonight. You're live, let's build. Time to cam up.
Should we drop the link to the cam up right now, man? I see my brother Frederick in the house. He says, Shalom, Chief Elder. I'm not able to make this one. I'll catch the replay, though. Let's hit the thumbs up. My brother, hey, man. Shout out to brother Frederick, man. Stand up, brother. Stand up, man. Comes through to show love, even if he can't be there for the whole live. This is a community-minded man. He comes through just to smash that like button. Let me know that it's here, and I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. If you haven't yet done so, smash that like button. Man, I'm seeing what is the mod saying. I'm wondering if Mrs. Israel is saying time to cam up. Does that mean that I should put the link in there, Mrs. Israel? I'm going to take that as a yes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the link for y'all to get in the backstage now to cam up. I'm still going to cook for just a few minutes, but I want y'all to get in the backstage, get comfortable, get yourself situated. Because we got to talk about this thing, man. You know they got something in our community called CP time, right? And a lot of us are guilty of that. So, you know, we're going to work on this thing together tonight. That's what we're going to do. The link is in the comments. The link is also on the screen for us to cam up. And, man, you know what? Okay. Sir Yasharala, I got to show you some respect, sir. I got to show you some respect. I got to acknowledge you for bringing in that first super chat. I got to put your name on the screen. Shout out to Sir Yasharala. But, of course, the beast is in the building, and in typical beast format, the brother then dropped a $20 super chat to put himself in first place. Right now, we've got the Awesome and Gizmo Show leading the way with the $20 super chat. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Hey, you know what's coming back to you. You know how we get down. I've been having to tuck that my Cash App for a minute, Beast, because you told me not to send it back to you. Hey, but you know what it is. I appreciate the love, my brother. I mean that, man. Thank you so much. Right now, we've got the Awesome and Gizmo Show holding it down at first place. If you want to be the official sponsor for tonight's chat, then make sure that you put it in the super chat, y'all. Make sure that you put in your super chat right now to be in first place as the official sponsor thus far. It's got to be above $20 thanks to Awesome the Beast. So I'm putting his name at the bottom of the screen, giving him the respect that he deserves. As always, guys, I appreciate y'all for supporting the work. Any donation helps, even if you're not looking for that first place spot. Any donation that you can give is much appreciated. My brother said your work is remarkable, brother. Much appreciated and respected. Thank you, black man. I'm trying out here, man. The grind is serious. But now let's get back to this work. So tonight we're talking about why you're always running behind. And it's not for the reasons you think. A lot of us go through this, myself included. Some people probably not even cutting the camera on because they're like, what Uzziah doing teaching this topic? Uzziah? Listen, I done studied this, and I have recently put some of these things into practice, and it is a game changer. I see you, Sir Yasharala, getting in the backstage. I see you. Where the brother Rick at in the backstage, man? But again, I'm going to keep this thing rolling because I want us to talk about the law of order. Here is tonight's law of order. What has no margin turns into haste. What has no margin turns into haste. Now, before I give you this next piece, you guys, let me say something. I realized that I'm like the Robin Hood of the hood. I'm the Robin Hood of the hood. I go get gems that people talk about in other communities, and I bring them back over here and break it down so that you could actually use them. I take the game from other rooms and I explain it in a way that you can understand and apply it tonight. So let me bring you one of those gems tonight. Even outside of this platform, people have a name for this problem. They call it the planning fallacy. Now, see, guys, when it comes to other rooms and the way that they move, they like to use big words. And sometimes they like to say these things to make you feel intimidated. But I'm going to help you understand what it is. They call it the planning fallacy. That just means you keep thinking that things will take less time than they really will. So you build a day with no space. Then real life hits, and now you're running late. Guys, let's look at the article. Why do we underestimate how long it will take to complete a task? If you're guilty of that, I want you to put in the chat, I'm guilty. I want you to type me in the chat. The planning fallacy explained. What is the planning fallacy? The planning fallacy describes our tendency to underestimate the amount of time it will take to complete a task, as well as the costs and risk associated with that task, even if it contradicts our experiences. First identified by psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. This bias affects individuals, teams, and organizations alike, meaning we're all guilty of this. People, teams, companies. Whether it's building a house, launching a product, or studying for an exam, people tend to create overly optimistic timelines and budgets. This happens because we focus too much on the best case scenario and ignore relevant historical data or potential setbacks. Now, guys, what is this saying? This is saying that we end up running late because we always plan life as though everything goes perfect. And it never does. Life keeps lifing. Whenever you write your schedule down, you act like life won't get in the way. And that's why the article talks about why we plan for best case scenario and ignore historical data or potential setbacks. Now, again, when you hear historical data, you might be wondering, what are they talking about? It means, what is your past history? You will put something on the schedule and say, oh yeah, I could get this done within this amount of time, knowing good and well every time you've done this same task in the past, it always takes 2 to 3 times as long. Guys, can I tell on myself for a minute? I do this all the time whenever it comes to me putting sermons together for my church. Whenever I put a sermon together for my church, I always say, oh, it won't take that long for me to put it together. It'll just take me a few hours. And then what do? I sit down and I start getting into it and I say, man, you know what? I got to show them this. I got to break this down like that. You know, it's not enough for me to just make this point. I got to hit them with this point too. And before you know it, I'll be pulling all-nighters. I will be staying up late. I will be throwing in these extra points. And sometimes as I'm breaking something down, it takes unexpectedly longer. And every time I beat myself up, I'll be like, man, Uzziah, why you ain't learned your lesson yet? Don't you know this is going to take a longer time? But I always convince myself, I always say, well, man, you know what? You can't work on it earlier, Uzziah, because you got this to work on in the church. You got these other time-sensitive things. So you have no choice but to work on this. And besides, it won't take that long anyway. And every time, man, I'm a glutton for punishment. I just got to tell on myself, y'all. I'm not perfect. I come to you as a flawed man, just telling you my flaws and what I've done to work on them. What is the planning fallacy? Now, when you look down, they got a whole picture just highlighting what happens in real life versus what you think is about to happen. I'm going to go to this next paragraph where this bias occurs. John, a university student, they giving y'all an example. Let's see if you can relate. John, a university student, has a paper due in 1 week. You know, we all wrote papers in college. Some of y'all did it in high school and other forms of study. John, a university student, has a paper due in 1 week. He's written many papers of a similar length before, and it generally takes him about a week to get it done. Nevertheless, as he is dividing up his time, John is positive that he can finish the assignment in 3 days. So he puts off starting. However, in the end, he doesn't have the paper finished in time and needs to ask for an extension. Are y'all guilty of that? Were you ever assigned a paper in school? Maybe it was middle school, high school, college. And you said, oh, you know what? This is plenty of time. I don't need all that time. I could get it done in just a few days. So you wait, you procrastinate until the very end. Now the paper is sloppy. Now what could have been an A+ turns into a B-, if that. And sometimes you got to ask for an extension. This is a prime example of the planning fallacy at work. A hallmark of the planning fallacy is that we tend to maintain our optimism about how long a task will take despite historical evidence that contradicts it. Even though John acknowledges that his previous papers took longer, he is still convinced that he can finish his current paper in less time. Lo and behold, his paper ends up taking just as long as all those previous papers, just like my sermons. Research suggests that this is to be expected. Although we hold overly optimistic intentions about our future performance, our future behavior tends to match our past behavior. And sometimes tasks end up taking even longer than we thought they did in the past. Y'all know I'm about to turn this into a sermon right now. I'm about to open up this Bible and tell y'all, when you read in the Bible, it says, just as a dog that returneth to his vomit, so does a fool to his folly. I'm guilty as charged. This article was talking to me. It said, you'll end up thinking, man, you know what? This time I'm going to be better about it. You maintain your optimism about how long a task will take despite historical evidence that contradicts it. Uzziah, every time you done worked on this, it's always taken 2, 3, 4, 5 times as long. But for some reason, you keep telling yourself, oh no, it's not going to take that long. And guys, did y'all notice something? I just got to see if y'all was noticing. Did y'all notice that I started this broadcast on time? Show your boy some love. Y'all got to throw in a super chat just on the strength of that. I said, man, ain't no way I'm about to be on here doing a live stream about why you're always running behind, and then I end up doing a late show. No way. Show your boy some love just for trying to get that right. And shout out to my brother Rick for coming through with the $5 super chat. Thank you for showing some love, my brother. He said, peace to the 12. Shout out to you, man. I wish I could cam up with you soon, brother. Good to see you on. Thank you for showing support. I see some of y'all can relate to tonight's topic. Sister Colleen, a woman of order, said, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result equals insanity. I'm guilty of it too. Now, guys, I'm going to get back to this article, but I'm just trying to show y'all something. We end up getting ourselves in trouble. Oh, man, I can't even get back to the article because Sir Yasha'Allah is showing out. He's showing love to your boy, throwing in another $5 super chat. My man, thank you so much, Sir Yasha'Allah. Hey, Beast, I got to link you up, man. I got to link you up with Sir Yasha'Allah. This man has been an inspirational figure in my life over many years now. He saw the vision behind this men of order, Beast. I'm telling you, when I didn't see it, he saw it. And the thing that I love the most about this man is that he not only shows up and is consistent, especially as an older mentor figure, a seasoned man, he invests in the process. That's one thing that's very, very critical when it comes to investing in a lot of younger black men. He puts his money where his mouth is. He invests in us. And so it's only right that I acknowledge Sir Yasha'Allah. You're doing your thing right now, Sir Yasha'Allah. But I still got to acknowledge that you're in second place. The Beast is still in first place with the $20 super chat. Notwithstanding, thank you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Much love. Right now, we're talking about why you're always running behind. Shout out to Brother Josiah in the chat. Good to see you on, King. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm here to help you. So tonight, we're going to talk about this, guys. We're talking about the planning fallacy. Back to the article. Okay, it says that a hallmark of the planning fallacy is that we tend to maintain our optimism about how long a task will take despite historical evidence that contradicts it. Even though John acknowledges that his previous papers took longer, he is still convinced that he can finish his current paper in less time. Lo and behold, his paper ends up taking just as long as all those previous papers. Research suggests that this is to be expected. Although we hold overly optimistic intentions about our future performance, our future behavior tends to match our past behavior, and sometimes tasks end up taking even longer than we thought they did in the past. You know, I got to throw somebody out there right now. I got to do it. I got to throw my wife, Mrs. Israel, out there. I know, Mrs. Israel, you are just like your husband on this one. We'll be thinking, man, you know what? The next time is going to be the best time. The next time I come through with that thumbnail, it's going to be the best time. I'm telling you, I got it down. The next time I got that title, I got it down. I got the process down right now, Uzziah. I'm telling you. Ooh-wee. Y'all about to have me out here talking. We are one flesh, man. This is something that we need to hear. It says, interestingly, the planning fallacy only affects estimations about one's own task completion times. Outside observers tend to lean in the opposite direction, overestimating the time needed to complete a task. Would you look at that? It says, had John asked a friend how long they thought it would take him to complete his paper, his friend likely would have suggested that he get started much earlier. So what the article is saying is that sometimes we really need to get outside of our head. Sometimes we need to seek a second opinion on how long something should really take. Sometimes, guys, we underestimate things. We take things for granted. Unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of this objective perspective when estimating our own project timelines. In other words, we don't have the benefit of outside counsel whenever we do everything ourselves. This is the reason why I've told you in prior sessions about having an accountability partner. Sometimes you need a person to bounce other ideas off of. Despite past evidence suggesting the contrary, we tend to think like John that we can get things done faster the next time around. This results in a cycle where history repeats itself time and time again as we continuously underestimate our time requirements and end up missing deadlines, blowing through budgets, and rushing to complete projects at the last minute. Story of my life. Guys, I don't know about you, but that article was talking to me. If that article was talking to you, leave a comment. We're going to move on. Here's the law of order again. What has no margin turns into haste. If you leave no room in your day becomes rushed. In real life, the disordered man keeps trying to win back time with speed. He thinks if I move faster, I can fix it. If I rush, I can make up for bad planning. If I squeeze harder, I can beat the clock. Now you're scrambling. But the ordered man does something different. He puts space in front of the pressure. He leaves earlier than what he feels is needed. He stops lying to himself about how long things take. That's how he gets peace back. And let me say this another way, guys. Being late all the time isn't a personality trait. It's how you run your week. If that makes sense to you now, smash the like button. That helps this message move in front of men who keep going through the same problem, but keep saying, that's just how I am. And I want to ask you, where in your week are you still trying to beat time with speed instead of leading with margin? See, guys, now we execute. I'm going to give you a how to run your week plan so you can stop living behind and start showing up on time with peace. This plan is called the Margin Week. 3 steps, that's it. Step number 1, leave 10 early. For the next 7 days, every place you need to be, set your leave time 10 minutes earlier than your normal leave time. Not arrival time, guys, leave time. If you normally leave at 7:40, now you leave at 7:30. Here's what this replaces. This replaces the lie that you can always make it up on the way. You try to make up for it with speed. That's why you're rushing. That's why you're running late. Trust me, I know. I could write the book on it. I would try to sprint through my tasks only for the task to last longer than I expected. Now it's time to leave 10 early, guys. How can this change your life this week? It can change your life because you can stop starting every trip in panic. It can change you because you stop trying to win with speed. Hell, before you even get to where you're going, you are already tapped out because you're so busy rushing just to run late that by the time you get to where you're going, you're already drained. You're already worn out. And people see that you're already on edge. How can this change you starting this week? You start proving to yourself that peace is possible. Stop convincing yourself that you being miserable your entire life is just a part of the grind. I've just signed up for misery. You know what? I said I'm going to be successful, so every moment has to feel like hell. No, it doesn't. When you apply what I'm showing you, you're adding peace back into your life. You're not just adding in time, you're adding in peace of mind. And nothing is more important than that in this material world, guys. I would rather have more peace of mind than have more money. I would rather have more peace of mind than more property. What's the point of having everything in this world and you are running yourself raggedy all day? This is the second step, though, that I need y'all to see. Put 15-minute time buffers between major moves. Between work and appointments, between errands and pickups, between meetings and departure. Put 15 minutes between major moves. Do not pack the day from minute to minute. This replaces back-to-back living where you never stop and are always running late. What does that change for you this week? Small delays stop wrecking your entire day. You get room now to finish one thing before the next thing begins. And your chest stops feeling tight all day because you know you're running late. And you're embarrassed. Step number 3, cut one yes a day. Every day for the next 7 days, remove one thing that does not fit. One stop, one extra task, one casual yes. One, I could squeeze it in. You do not need to cut your entire life. Just cut one extra yes a day, guys. This replaces overpromising. You overpromise and underdeliver because you have too many things on your plate. See, when you cut one yes a day, here's what changes for you this week. First, your day gets lighter. Your timing gets better. And you stop breaking trust with your own mouth. Guys, you don't even believe you when you say you're going to be on time. How can anyone else? You don't even believe you when you say you're going to do what you said you're going to do. So how could anyone else? This is not about everyone else. It's about yourself. The most important thing that you need on your road to success is self-belief. You have lost self-belief along the way. All of those times where you said you would be there at a certain time and you showed up late, you lost self-belief. Man, I keep saying one thing and doing another. I don't trust me. You gotta plug this in because all of these are the secrets to success. What if you don't do this and you show up late to the job interview and now your family suffers? What if you don't do this and the opportunity for you to make that investment goes away? All because you were slacking. You know, there's so many times where the greatest opportunities in your lifetime can come and you'll say, oh, I'm too busy. That's why you got to start cutting the extra yes. You're so busy focusing on errands that life's greatest opportunities that you know would take you to the next level, you don't even have time to tap into it. Guys, we got to do better. I want to make this real clear for you guys. The goal this week is not doing more. The goal this week is showing up smoothly. Half of success is showing up. Being successful means that we show up and we show out. And if you're still watching, I got a bonus option for you guys. I want you to pick one bonus option tonight. Pack tomorrow tonight. Lay out what you need before bed. Clothes, bag, work stuff, children's stuff, whatever tomorrow needs. That way, you stop making tired choices in the morning and you start your day cleaner. Make one set spot for your keys, your wallet, and your phone. Pick one place in your house and make that the home for your keys, wallet, and phone every single day. Now you stop burning 5 panicked minutes looking for what you should already have in place, guys. Some of y'all, that would be a game changer right there. What's the third option? Text early when you know you're running behind instead of waiting until the last minute. The moment you know that you're behind, send the text early, not at the last second, early. See, you doing that helps you stop disappearing in other people's eyes. It shows other people respect, and it keeps one late moment from turning into broken trust. Some of y'all ladies might do that watching, and you show up late to the date with the man that's supposed to be your husband. I'm telling you, I've watched it. Some men don't play that. And you could end up missing out on the right man, all because you just didn't send the text in advance. See, if you'd have sent that text in advance, ladies, he might have been more understanding. But now, because you're 30 minutes late, no notice, now he's feeling like you didn't ghosted him. That helps you fix broken trust. I want y'all to pick one bonus option tonight. And if you're taking this seriously, guys, I want you to support the work with a super chat. That helps keep this channel going, and it's one small way to say, I'm not just listening, I'm investing in my success. Now, guys, as promised, I'm going to speak with some of you live in the next few minutes so you can figure out what's really making you late. So you can get one clear next move and leave tonight knowing exactly what to do this week. If you get on camera with me tonight, you're not getting fluff. You're getting clarity, a real mirror into your life, and a simple plan that you can start tonight for free. So y'all, I'm going to put the link in the comments right now for y'all to cam up. We already got one in the backstage. I see my sister A Diamond is on. Listen, ladies, if y'all want to cam up, y'all can cam up too. Y'all know what time it is.
Time to cam Step in, it's time to cam up. Keep it for 20 cents, step in. Get to the light, we going live. Yeah, it's your moment tonight. You're live, let's build. Time to cam up.
We're about to get on camera, but before we do, I've got to show love to my brother. This is a brother that I find myself talking about almost on a daily basis. Definitely every week, a brother from day one has shown nothing but love and support. Man, I wish that there was 10,000 men like the man I'm about to tell you all about. Let me give a shout out to my brother Awesome for throwing in another $20 super chat. My brother then came through in a major way tonight. Thank you so much. Let me take a quick moment, Beast, before I answer your question to put respect on your name. Let me go in here and update it to acknowledge that you are in first place with a sponsorship of $40. So the Beast, he put his stamp on tonight's show, y'all, while you're always running late. And that's one hell of a show to put your stamp behind. The brother has put his stamp on the CP Time broadcast. He's trying to get our people together. He's trying to get our people in order. If you're going to be the official sponsor, that means you have to put in over $40. Now, guys, that doesn't mean only donate $40. Any donation of any amount is greatly appreciated, whether it be $2, $5, $10, whatever. I greatly appreciate it. It keeps the show on air, but I've got to acknowledge my brother came through, stood in the gap, and put in another $20 super chat. Shout out to you, King. He asked Uzziah, and I'm so happy that he asked this question because this is what I was just about to tell y'all. Don't think I forgot about y'all neither. You know we camming up, right? I've put the link for you to get on camera with me in the comments. I've put the link on the screen. But I also want to point out that if you have questions for me and you don't want to get on camera or you cannot get on camera, I'm allowing y'all for the next couple minutes to put your questions in the chat and I will answer them when I see it, okay? We're going to start off with B's question. Uzziah, how important is it to adhere to a strict timeline as opposed to being flexible? How can a beast balance? Is it even possible? Great question. So this really goes back to everything that I was breaking down, man, whenever I was going into that margin plan. See, you've got to give yourself some flexibility. The number one reason why most people run late is because they plan for perfect moments and they add no buffer in their day. So I don't want you to do something like, okay, I wake up at 6 in the morning and from 6 a.m. to 6:30, I'm getting ready. From 6:30 to 7, I'm getting on the road. From 7 to 8 o'clock, I'm working on a project. When you stack your day minute by minute, that's how you end up running late. Because what happens? As soon as you're working on one thing, you're going to realize that it's going to take a little bit longer than you thought. Now, here's what really happens, guys. Sometimes you make time for things, and it ends up maybe going shorter than you thought. And then you work on something else, and it takes longer than you thought. Oh, and don't forget about distractions. Don't forget about drama popping up in life. Unexpected emergencies. These things happen. So what you've got to do, Beast, is you've got to create a schedule that is not airtight, but you've got to create a schedule that is flexible, but prioritizes your number one most important thing. Don't create a schedule for everything. Create a schedule that revolves around your number one thing. If nothing else gets accomplished today, what must I accomplish? Put a protected block of time around that task. And then after that, then you start creating time buffers. So let's say that you're working on growing your YouTube channel. You're doing some behind the scenes work. For example, working on monetizing your channel. Whenever I email you, I want to sit down and help you set that up, brother. If you haven't gotten around to it by then, I've seen some of the lives. I want to make sure that you get that set up, man, because it's time for you to get your money. You got to set aside some time just to do that. And so what I'm saying is you could have an important project that you need to work on, let's say for 1 hour. But don't say right after that hour is done, then I'm immediately going to jump into the next thing. No, give yourself a 15-minute buffer. So that way you got time to catch your breath, time to get a quick meal, time to take a walk, something to reset. But the most important thing is to make your schedule practical with your real life. You know, especially when it comes to parenting your daughter, you want to make sure that you make it very practical for the things that apply to your life. Great question. Okay, Brother Josiah asks, when and how do we create a schedule? What is the best process to dial in? Now, another great question. For those of y'all that have been on these sessions, y'all know I am very passionate about Google Calendar. The reason why I'm very passionate about Google Calendar is because it allows you to maintain your schedule, whether you're in the office or whether you're on the go. In this digital age, guys, you've got to create a schedule that allows you to know what's going on with your life wherever you go. And fortunately, since we're always traveling with our phones and other devices, when you put a schedule on a digital device, that's what allows you to stay on track with your day. So I recommend, Josiah, that you check out Google Calendar and you go about creating a schedule there. The beautiful thing about that is not only can you create your own schedule on Google Calendar, a lot of times when you have meetings or other appointments, others can post those appointments on your calendar too. So that way everything is in one place. You know, if I have one of my children's doctor's appointment, I have it on Google Calendar. If I have a meeting that I need to attend, I have it on Google Calendar. But also, what do I always stress on this channel? Having protected time blocks. I create time blocks for my focus projects so that way no one else can interfere with that portion of my day. Create your schedule on Google Calendar. That's the best way to go about doing it. As you might have heard me mention to Awesome, don't try to make a schedule that's based upon every minute. Make a schedule that's based first on your number one thing, the number one most productive task that would push your life forward. A progress task, not a maintenance task. Build your schedule around that and also build it around the practicality of your life. Some of you guys might be working at 9 to 5s. You need to build your life around the practicality of that. For example, you're working at a 9 to 5, but you want to build a business. Now I want you to create a time block before you go to work on your business. Thank me later. Why am I saying before you go to work? Because you need your best energy and focus going to your number one thing. I don't tell you to do it after work as the first option because after work you're tired. You're looking to unwind. If you know that you need to work on your business before you go to the 9 to 5, now you're able to plan ahead. You know, hey, I need to be up at this time. I need to get myself ready and situated by this time because I need to give myself enough time to get ready for work. So I'm going to create a protected time block to work on my business before I have to start getting ready for the rest of my day. I hope that helps, Brother Josiah. Google Calendar, and I could help you with this in more detail if you cam up. I'll put the link in there again for you to join. Even if not for this time, brother, we could get on the next time. The benefit of getting on camera is that I help people set up a step-by-step roadmap for their life for free whenever they get on camera with me publicly. Speaking of, my sister A Diamond recently had a strategy call with me. I want to know how that's coming along. I want to know how everything is going. A Diamond, after our talk, I've been meaning to check in with you. But for right now, I'm going to give you a shout out for that $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my sister. Really appreciate the love. As always, thank you guys for supporting the work. It definitely does mean a lot. Awesome said, Gizmo had a problem I had to address. I'm back now, comrade. And that's exactly why you need those time buffers. I answered your question in great detail, my brother, a little bit earlier. If necessary, please go back, watch the stream from a little bit earlier. I put a lot of info for you in that. So excellent question. Now, guys, with no further ado, it's about that time, man. It's about that time. It's about that time. I'm going to just play this for y'all one more time so you can cam up.
Time to cam up. Step in, it's time to cam up. Keep it between cents, step in. Get to the light, we going live. Yeah, it's your moment tonight. You're live.
Yes, it is. Listen, man, the link to Cam Up is on the screen. We're about to get into it. I know if nobody else is going to Cam Up, my brother, the incomparable Sir Yasharala, is going to get on camera. Let's give a special shout out to one of our premier sponsors of Men of Order channel in general. Sir Yasharala is in the house. Sir Yasharala, it's good to see you on, sir. How you doing?
Thank you, Chief Elder. Thank you, Chief Elder. Can you hear me? Testing.
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. It's an honor to be in your presence as always, sir. Thank you as always for supporting the channel.
You're welcome, sir. Always.
Okay. Before we get started, please let the people know your name and where you're calling from.
I'm from Yasharala, Israel. And where am I at?
That's a man on the move. That's
I'm in
a
South
man on
Carolina.
the move.
I know I'm in South Carolina at I-26 and I-95. I can't remember, so you know what I mean. Sometimes
Absolutely.
we lose track where we park. You know what I mean. But yes.
Absolutely. Definitely on the go. Good to see you as always, sir. Thanks for camming up.
Always.
All right. Now, in one sentence, where are you late the most right now?
Is putting things not in what's important. Like before, you know what I mean? You know, stuff like that. So like before, when I was at the get my truck worked on, you said I should have got that in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know that trucking doesn't work that way. If you
Yes,
get that first, you out of luck. But I should have scheduled where that I would have got there and then come back later. I didn't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thank you for saying that, because a little bit earlier, you saw we ran a poll, and the poll was asking, why are you late most? So the majority of people said that they run late the most because of phone drift. They end up getting on their phone. The phone takes minutes away from their day, and then they end up running behind. But it's interesting because you said that the reason why you run late the most is because of bad order. And you know what? I think that that's interesting, Sir Yasharala, and thank you for that feedback. Is that your answer now because you've been able to overcome some of that phone drift?
Yes, it is, because you're correct. You feel like you're going crazy and it's hard, and it feels like you put everybody down. Like you said before, I let my cousins know, like, hey, I can't do your credit right now. You guys send me email. I know I apologize for what I said before, but I can see right now you're not serious. Couldn't waste your time. And I did see that. But send them email, I felt like I'm the bad guy because they're your relatives. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
This is like, but you're right. It took me for what I need to do. So I had to put that out. Even people call me, I say, hey, if it's not important, send me an email when you're available. I'll let you know yes or no. But besides that, it's only 5 on my list. I'm answering the call. And that's mostly family. You know, my dad, you know what I'm saying, my brothers, my mom, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Besides, and they don't bother me like that either because they're not the same way. They're not a phone junkie person. But you're
Absolutely.
correct.
Yes, sir. You know, I'm really fascinated by your feedback, sir, because a lot of people underestimate how much time they lose with bad order, where you do small things instead of the first things. When I'm talking about the first things, I'm saying the number one thing that you should be working on.
Right.
You know, if I could give a personal testimony on this, I know that I've lost at least 2 to 3 years of my life, if not more. I think that I'm honestly being conservative. I've lost many years of my life making that exact mistake. And when I say, you know, I've lost years of my life, I'm saying, you know, when I reflect back on some of my adult years, I could have done more productive things. But I always thought first about, well, what's the easiest thing? You know, what's the quickest thing? You know, if I could just do this thing, then, you know, maybe I'll start just putting some easy wins on the board.
Right.
And then, it's also like the time sensitive things, I got to pay this bill. I got to put this in the mail. And one of the things that I've realized is that if you're not paying attention, all of those little things, they monopolize your entire day because there's so much of that. You know what I mean? It's like there's a bill here, there's a send an email there. Like there's all of this little stuff. Go to the ATM. There's all of these little things, and it just add up and add up and add up. And honestly, I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, it's so addictive
Right.
because for me, doing a lot of stuff, it feels like a game.
Correct.
It feels like, what, I'm getting a hit of dopamine because I got this next thing that I could check off the list. But all
Correct.
of those little things, it ain't the big thing. It's not what I should have done first. How do you feel about it?
You're correct. It's like you own drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely does. Until you start changing, it's like you see, like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm missing something. Something not right. And it took me a while to get used to, but you're correct. And I'm still working on a lot of things because you have to do that. You know what I mean? The important thing, like your lessons, your one-on-one, you showing me, no, 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 brother. You got to go check this out first. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people on here, like I say, your classes are very, very helpful. I
Thank you, sir.
even started a YouTube channel, no, Facebook channel called The You years ago.
Really?
I didn't push it. It's called Savannah Truckers Road to Freedom and Wealth. 2023. I started that channel. I haven't done one with it yet, a little bit, but I
Wow.
started that because of you, because I saw something then, which
Wow.
I still do now. But you need a guide. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. Who's been there, who's done that.
That is amazing. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you for applying the teachings. And I want to take a quick moment while everybody is on to smash the like button. Please hit that thumbs up. It's totally free, guys. Takes 2 seconds, but it does a lot to support the channel and the content. Okay, so Sir Yashral, I want to talk about this. When you talk about the bad order, that being the thing that slows you down the most, can you walk me through what that looks like in your day-to-day life, even right now? I know that you gave me the example of a situation that happened before, but I want us to talk about this a little bit more. So you already know from prior sessions, being productive is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right thing.
Correct.
And so as a man of order, I always instill the value of doing your top priorities first.
Correct.
Tell me what gets in the way of that. Because you already know, hey, you're working on building this business up right now. You and I, we had the strategy call, and we did some very important work about your business plan as well as investing. So you know your top priorities, but what gets in the way?
Is that I work on this, but it's not important because I have the other. As I have 3 or 4 things in line, but like you said, though, they're not important as this is because I got this one done first. You know what I mean? So I'll jump over to that, knowing it's not important. I just say focus on this right here.
Yes, sir. And if you wouldn't mind, could you give me at least maybe 1 or 2 examples of tasks that you do that are not as big as your important tasks, but you still do it first?
Right, like studying foreclosures. So I go to that and look at those, and I start going into like on Zillow, my other stuff applications I do have, on the foreclosures with listed was with pre-litigation foreclosure like that. It's like no, that's still not important first. I need to go back to this. I need to get the credit up for this. And like you said before, I didn't know what I make my Essex money where to put it at. I didn't have that at all, and I was lost when you told me that. Remember, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now let me ask you this. Okay, so you have top priorities, but there are a few tasks that you end up doing first, thinking, hey, this won't take long. It won't require that much effort. and you'll tend to do them.
Right.
What's that costing you right now when it comes to reaching your biggest goals?
Putting behind time. So I set myself up that I want to push this project at least right before uh, September. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to push this project to do this, or before that date in September, and that puts me behind because I'm not focused on the task that you told me to do.
Absolutely. And being honest, are you telling yourself in the moment that you can do it and still get away with it?
Right, you're correct. And you're like,
Yes, sir.
Dad, you wake like, I really get nothing done. I go to my calendar like, I didn't get anything done. You know what I mean? Because we've been doing it for so long, we don't realize like today's late. Like, Dad, gone. I should have done that. I could have waited. Wasn't even important. You know what I mean?
You said it all right there. That could have waited. So let me ask you, sir, what kind of task management system do you have in place right now to organize what should get done now, what should get done soon, and what should get done at a later time?
My Google Calendar, I have that.
Okay, so when it comes to your Google Calendar, how do you use it?
Like I said, I use it where that I put in, because I look at my hour schedule for the week, like my loads, and then I put in, I can do this at the customer, because I know what customer I'm going to. I have an hour, 2 hours at the customer. I can go online and do this. You know what I'm saying? Or do my 30-minute break, I can do this. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like that. And then I'll leave it. Usually I leave the next day space. I won't jam myself up no more like before. You know what I mean? And then next day, I won't put it down at all whatsoever. I just put that down and leave that alone, thinking that's enough. Then I know, like, end of the week, like, that wasn't even enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I got a couple things for you on this that I think could be most helpful to you. So the first thing that I want to point out is that, when it comes to Google Calendar, you may not know this, but there is actually a feature in Google Calendar that goes beyond just putting time blocks into the calendar. You can also add tasks to the side of the screen. So let me give you a walkthrough of what this looks like, and let me know if this is helpful. Now, obviously, because of the fact that we are streaming publicly, I'm going to provide just a demonstration of this, but I want you to notice this. I'm going to use a separate account to convey my point. So I just want you to notice something. So right here is a blank calendar. And of course, if we were working inside of a real calendar on Google Calendar, you could input a time block, focus time block, right? So is this one of the things that you're doing now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Right.
Okay, so you will create a focus time block just as I've demonstrated. But one of the things that might end up happening from time to time is if you have a focus time block, say at 1 p.m., you might say, well, I got some free time. I could do this, that, or the third prior to then. Do you ever say that?
No, not really. I don't say that.
Okay, let me ask the question maybe a little bit differently. So you end up doing things.
Okay, right. Yes.
Before working on the number one thing, yes?
Yes. I see you saying yes now, yes.
So what I'm saying is, even though you've made some good progress because you have a protected time block on your calendar to work on the number one most important thing, you could you're probably right now not maximizing the opportunity to be as productive as you can be because you're not using the focus time block along with the task feature. And that's the reason why you might end up doing smaller things before you even
Okay.
get around to working on the most important thing. So what I'm suggesting here is you use the tasks feature. It's very
Mm.
hidden on Google Calendar, but you'll see where my mouse is hovering right now. There's a blue check icon that says tasks. What I
Right.
want you to try, sir, is I want you to click tasks. And again, this is all just kind of demo.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can do is you can add a
Mm.
task right here. And the task can actually mirror the task that you would have worked on
Got
in
it.
your protected time block. Now, the reason why I think that this is important for you is because psychologically, this can help you actually put first things first.
Got
Instead
it.
of you looking at a time block on your calendar and saying, okay, well, you know what? I got this time block to do the important stuff at 1 p.m., but right now it's 11, so I could do this, that, and the third. By using the task feature on the Google Calendar as well, you can prioritize like your first thing. And when you put the first thing first, that might actually help you get ahead. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Uh,
Got you. Okay.
if whenever you have free time, just look at your task list from here, order it
Mhm.
by what comes first, second, and third. So
Got
that
you.
way you're still doing first things first. How's that?
That's great. Because I wasn't
Okay.
doing that before at
Yes,
all.
sir.
And to say one other thing is that the other brothers, you gotta have a plan in action, and that business plan is one of them. I'm sorry to tell you, you gotta have that business plan to go back and look at it. You gotta have your mission statement, your vision statement, your fleet acquisition, or your revenue price structure. All that you got to have. That's the basics that you others showing me. Those are the basics. You know what I mean? There's more in detail you're gonna have to know, but at least you have something to see what you were going to want for yourself. If you just sit and say, okay, I want a business or do some structure, I don't have nothing in front of me, you just stand at the empty space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to have the right planning in place. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about the planning fallacy. We have
Right.
to put the right plan in place, and then we need to have the right system to make sure that we put in the time working on the plan. Because even though you might have the best laid of plans, some of these other things can get in the
Right.
way. But
Right.
now we have a system to overcome that. I hope you
Right.
got some value from this talk, sir.
A lot, especially the calendar. A lot.
Excellent. And I want to leave this with you before you go. That right there is really just a small taste of the Men of Order operating system that I'm planning to launch later this year.
Okay.
I just want to put the bug in your ear about that now. You
Okay.
know, the things that I go over here, I can only go into so much detail,
Right.
because we're live.
Right.
But there's an entire operating system that will allow you to do a lot of these things on autopilot, automated. And I want to talk more about that a little bit later in this year, Lord willing. But for now, we're going to keep doing these live sessions. And
Yes,
thank you so
sir.
much for supporting the work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
sir. All right, guys, did y'all hear that? Did y'all take something good away from that, guys? I want you to let me know in the comments. Right now, I just broke down an excellent way to stay productive by using Google Calendar. If you're going to stay on time, you have to have an ordered system in place. If that helped you guys, please put it in the chat. And I hope that it helped you because, when I have guys get on the camera, it's not just for them, it's for you too. So when we talked, me and Sir Yasharala, we got to the bottom of his issue. His issue is, hey, I have bad order. I end up putting the second, third, fourth, fifth thing in front of the first thing. I'm guilty of that. As I told him, hey, that's really held me back for many years. I talked about this a little bit earlier in the stream. You move in the wrong order and lose minutes fast. And it's very deceptive, guys, because we think, oh, this will just take a minute, that'll just take a minute. But these minutes, they add up to hours, which add up to days, which add up to weeks, months, years. And if you never overcome this problem right here, guys, your entire life can pass you by. The reason why a lot of people are not successful right now is because of bad order. Here's what they do. They spend so much time just thinking about, what am I going to wear? Where am I going to go eat? Who am I going to call? They're putting all of these secondary things first, taking it for granted, saying, oh, well, this is what everybody does. Are you crazy? Well, yeah. Everybody is in debt. Everybody is living paycheck to paycheck. The average person hates their job. You don't want to be average. That's the point. Successful people do the things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Guys, you come to this channel not for entertainment. You come here for transformation. You have important goals and your family is counting on you, and you're trying to figure out, how is it that I'm not where I want to be yet? That bad order, that is a major thing. Don't sleep on that. I'm telling you guys, you could be smart. You could be a hard worker. But if you do the little things before the most important things, it will hijack your life. If y'all don't take nothing away else from that broadcast, from tonight's broadcast, I want you to take that point away, guys. All right? And so I want you to understand what just happened with Sir Yasharala. It's really not a mystery. It was just a man trying to get in front of a crowded day with speed. But the problem is, it never works. The real issue was not that he cared too little about his life. The real issue was that he did not put the first thing where it should have been, thinking, oh, well, you know what? This won't take long. I could fit this one thing in. This is how good men stay behind. If you saw yourself in that conversation, I want you to type, I see it, in the chat. And if that helped you see your own pattern, hit that like button, guys, because that helps get this message to another man before another week gets wasted rushing. All right? So now is the time to run the play, guys. For the next 7 days, I want you to run the margin week. I want you to leave 10 early. I want you to put 15-minute buffers between major moves. I want you to cut one yes a day. That's the play. Do that for 7 days, and I want receipts. I also want you to put your one move in the comments, not something vague. Tell me the exact move. Here are some examples. I'm leaving for work 10 minutes early all week. I'm cutting one extra stop every day. I'm putting a 15-minute buffer after working on a project. Then I want you to come back with proof. Come back in 7 days and tell me what changed. And if there's a man in your life who lives late and stressed out, share this video with him, guys. Share this message. And always remember, a disciplined leader is someone who people can count on, guys. Not just for big speeches, not just for good intentions, for real life. You're on here because you're a leader and you're trying to do a better job. You're trying to be the man that you say that you are. You're counted on as a leader for being where you said you would be. You're counted on for carrying peace into the room instead of panic. You are counted on by others for running your week in a way that doesn't keep spilling pressure on everyone else. Guys, that matters. Because when you get your order in time, your family feels it. Your work feels it. And the people you love benefit from your steadiness. Guys, this is not about becoming some perfect machine. This is about becoming the best version of yourself, a cleaner man, a steadier man, a man whose life is not always rushing to catch up with his own mouth. And let me say this too. If you want to support more sessions like this, guys, send a super chat. That support helps keep these live sessions going, because now is the time to announce the official sponsor of tonight's chat, guys. It is about that time. If you haven't yet done so, support the work, put in the super chat, tap the dollar icon directly below the video for your opportunity to become the official sponsor for tonight's broadcast. Shout out to my sister, came in a little bit earlier. I see you, Sister Zanaya. Thank you as always for the support. Who is going to be the official sponsor for tonight, guys? Now is the moment of truth to put yourself in as the official sponsor in first place. The super chat must be above $40. Now, you can donate anything, $2, $5, $10, the list goes on. But if you want to be the official sponsor, having your name on this video to go down in history as the person that invested most in this message on why you're always running behind, which is a special show tonight, guys. It's about why you're running so late. The super chat has to be over $40 because the Beast didn't put in a $40 super chat. He put in one $20 super chat to start it off, and then he put in another $20 super chat. So right now, he is leading the way, okay? I see A Diamond said, I see all of you amazing, above average-minded folks in the chat. I hope the best for everyone who reads this. Absolutely, absolutely. I hope you saw my message a little bit earlier, A Diamond. I was asking about the progress that you've made since our strategy call. I'm genuinely interested in hearing about it. If you don't want to talk about it on the chat, then let's talk about it on the email, because you know I'm going to reach out and I want to know how things are going for you. I pray for much progress for you, my sister. All right, y'all. I didn't give y'all enough time. Now is the time to see who's going to be the official sponsor. If you've put in your super chat, now is the time. Put it in. And guys, even after the live stream is over, you can still be a sponsor. All you got to do is go to thanks under the video. Just scroll over on your YouTube. There's an icon that says thanks, and you can still support the work even after the stream is gone. All right, guys, it's that time to see who the official sponsor is going to be. Let's get this thing started. Y'all know what time it is. All right, so we started off the stream with Sir Yasharala holding it down with a $10 super chat. Shout out to him. Thank you, as always, Sir Yasharala, for supporting the work. Then we had Brother Rick come through. Talk That Truth Radio came through with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And then Sir Yasharala came through with another $5 super chat. Shout out to you, good sir. Thank you, as always, for supporting the work. And I can't forget about my sister, A Diamond Ya, who supported the work with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my sister. Appreciate the love. But now it's time to announce the official sponsor of tonight's broadcast. The official sponsor for tonight's broadcast is none other than the one, the only, the Beast. Shout out to the Awesome and Gizmo Show for coming in with two $20 super chats. making a grand total of $40. So I gotta put that in the comments. I gotta acknowledge that the official sponsor for tonight is none other than Awesome, aka the Beast. Thank you so much, my brother. Appreciate you as always. Much love to you, comrade. I look forward to us collaborating soon. If you have not yet done so, please make sure that you go to his channel, subscribe, leave a comment, let him know that Uzziah sent you, all right? So I see what you said there. A Diamond, you said you just got off the bus, had to go into the office, running late. Okay, this message is right on time. Your phone died and you were able to join. Yes, we're going to email. We're going to talk. A Diamond, all right, y'all? Thank y'all so much for the sponsorship. Shout out to the official sponsor for tonight's show, The Beast. Guys, we are going to be back. You know we got another session in store, guys. Our next session is going to be Thursday, April the 2nd. This Thursday, y'all, catch us at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't come back with more excuses. Come back with proof. And until next time, walk in order, brothers. Peace!
We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and if you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This broadcast goes live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Make sure to check this page for your local times, and also to check out other videos. Well, once again, we hope you've enjoyed this broadcast of Men of Order with Uzziah Israel. And as Uzziah would say, walk in order, brothers. Peace.